Now, the data processing systems. It means the system which converts data into information. Here is the diagram. Input, the data, process the data, and give us back the information. The data processing system are the essential parts of any business organization, and they are interlinked with all other systems and subsystems. Now, there is also a system of significant importance is executive support system. It has some characteristics which are ease of use, concerned with predicting the future, means these kind of systems are installed to study the future market trends. And also these systems are effectiveness oriented and they has to be highly flexible in nature, which means they can be converted or transformed into other systems, or they have to be adaptive towards the different kinds of informations. These kind of systems has to support unstructured decisions because these systems are used by business executives so that they can help in decision making very effectively. The other is these kind of systems uses internal and external data sources, which means data sources not only from the organization but also from out of the organization, and uses only at senior management levels. Like the executive support system, there are some systems which are entirely developed to support the decision making process, and those systems are called decision support systems. Some characteristics of decision support systems are: it actually supports ill-structured or semi-structured decisions. For example, due to lack of information, if a decision is pending or the structure of the decision is not appropriate, then the decision support systems takes place and supports the decision making process. The other one is, it has an analytical and modeling capability. It can remodel the decision. The next is, more senior level managers use it, because it is actually a very crucial part of the business. That is why it is used by more senior level managers or business executives. The next is, it is always concerned with future. And the last one is, it is also, like the executive support system, effectiveness oriented. Here we can see a glimpse of management concepts just to understand how they are related to information systems. The concepts of management are actually very simple but hard to apply, which are planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. And after the management concept, the organizational structure is also very important to understand. And we can easily understand it through a diagram. The one is controller, and after that it can be an assistant controller, which may be or not be, and after that cost accounts, taxes, budgeting, general account and accounting, auditing, and data processing systems. So this is actually an organizational structure cut. So this is basically an organizational structure in which there is a controller, or it can be an assistant controller, and after that the cost accounts, the taxes, the budgeting, the general accounts and accounting, auditing, and data processing systems are involved. And now we can see how the staffing is done in an organization. Here is a president who has some legal advisors, and the president controls all of the organization. The one is vice president production, the other one is vice president of finance, and the third one is vice president of sales. Now the legal advisors of this president not only advises the president but also to all the VPs of all other departments, to the VP of sales, the VP of production, and the VP of finance. And under them there are production supervisors, which are under vice president of production, and department head of finance under the vice president of finance, and the vice president of sales is also involved with the production supervisors. This is a basic line and staffing organization. And there are some other kinds of organizational structures which are committee organization, flat organizational structure, functional organizational structure, product organizational structure, and geographical organizational structure. Now, in an organization, there are several departments. Which have their different jobs, and this is called departmentalization. Now here is a simple diagram of departmentalization, or we can say a simple example of departmentalization, which is president, and he has these different departments under his authority. The one is operations department, other is marketing department, and the last is finance department. And likewise the VPs and the executives are posted. Now, after all this structure, there is a very important thing, because at the end these all systems and structures are developed for one sole purpose, which is decision making process. Now, in the decision making process, first we have to assess the situation and identify our logistics capabilities, which is our system installation and its capabilities, choose our objectives and also their alternatives, implement all our response, and monitor and review the situation changes so that we can alter our decision. So this is the whole decision making. And now the characteristics of a decision making process. First, it is continuous. Second, it involves mental or intellectual activity. It is based on reliable information or reliable information sources. It is always goal oriented. And these process are used to solve some specific problem or a specific situation. This process is time consuming. It takes a lot of time to reach a perfect decision. And it also needs effective communication. And the last is decision making. Is a very responsible job.